Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut, and we are doing our funky Fold Fall Craftalong. So let's get started just with what our show specials are today. So for our show specials, enter the code FUNKY. With a $50 purchase, you will receive a free 100 variety pack of layering swatches. So we put together this special variety pack. It's 5 each of 20 colors. The layering swatches are cut to fit on an A2 card, so as a pre-cut card front. But they're also good for die cutting or just backing words or whatever you want to do so you don't have to cut up your big sheets of cardstock. But also, as an unadvertised special, we're throwing in a 25 count pack of Sweet Tooth and a 25 count pack of Black Licorice. So instead of just the free 100 count pack, you're going to get these 2 packs also for a total of 150 layering swatches. That's with the $50 purchase. And then with the $75 purchase, you'll get all the swatches, plus you'll get $6 off your shipping. So this is good through $825. It excludes the Craftalong kits, and the total is calculated before shipping. So if you want to take advantage of that, make sure you enter the code FUNKY on the checkout page. So let's take these out of the way and then we will get started. We are going to be doing our Funky Fold Fall Craftalong. So if you pre-ordered the kit, you'll be getting that out right now. This is what the kit looks like. We will be doing our Twist and Pop card and our semi-funky fold accordion card. So we're gonna start out with the Twist and Pop, which is that. Okay, that's gonna take us a majority of the time. And then we also have the semi-funky fold accordion that I'll be teaching you how to fold it, and then you'll be doing your assembly. So you're gonna pull out the packet that looks more like these items. That is for our Twist and Pop card. When you pull it out, there's all kinds of little pieces in there, but what you're gonna need is the Twist and Pop insert, which is that. You're gonna need the steno card. It's a scored steno card. You're gonna need the little 4-panel accordion card. There's an envelope in there also. So this is what's included in our Twist and Pop kit. You get the Twist and Pop insert, the 4-panel accordion card, and the steno card along with the envelopes. Those come in a 5-count kit. But then you can also pull out these 2 pieces, and these are layers that will attach to the inside, and they're pre-stamped. Everything else, all these little pieces, these you can just set aside. You don't need them quite yet. So this is what's included in our kit. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna do a little prep work first, and you probably won't have to do this when you are doing one at home. We're just gonna do it on the first one. So you all have a 4-panel hot fudge accordion card. You're gonna turn it over so your bumps are up. I am gonna be working with an orange one, just so you can see where I'm drawing on it. So like I said, you won't need to do this, but this will just be helpful for later on. Now, I forgot to tell you to grab a pencil or a pen, but I'm hoping that some of you are taking notes, so you might already have that available. So you're gonna take your Twist and Pop, and you're just gonna lay it down. And like I said, you don't always need to do this. This is just gonna help you when we're putting it together, because this is where people get the most confused when they're putting this together. And there's scores on here, so I'm gonna start at the score, and I'm just gonna trace the insert. And you're using a pencil or a pen. I am using a Sharpie. So you don't need to use a Sharpie. It's just to give you a frame of reference on where you're gonna attach things later on. Okay, so that's all I wanted you to do. Bump side up, and it's going to be the black or the back, and yours is hot fudge, so you're going to barely be able to see your drawing on there. And I did mine on my orange fizz just so you could see it. So that we're just going to set aside till later. And so you're going to set your accordion card aside till later. Then we have our twist and pop insert, and I have one here that I've written on. So this is showing you where the scores are. So the score goes straight across, and then there's scores like an X. And then these little blocks right here, this is where we're gonna attach adhesive later on. So that's why I have that on there. So now for folding, whenever we're folding, when we fold like this, that is a mountain fold, so it's the peak of the mountain. When we say valley fold, we mean this. So we have a valley, which is in the center of the two mountains. So that's our mountain and valley fold. Now when you received this, it did come already folded. So I want the bumps folded to the inside, which they might already be. So that's our mountain fold. And then we're gonna just flatten it back out. And then on our X, on our diagonal folds, we're gonna fold valley folds. So we're just going to go and fold on our X, valley fold, and then flatten it back out. And then on the other side of our X, we're gonna valley fold and then flatten it back out. So after you do that, our arms, it's kind of popping in like that. So I usually take my fingers behind my arms of my insert, I push those in and then fold flat. Then if you have a bone folder, you could just give it a little push on those scores. So again, I'm gonna show it again, and I'm gonna show things a number of times. I'll just repeat myself just so people can catch up if they're working with me. So on the straight score, you're gonna fold as a mountain fold. Then you're gonna flatten it back out, and then on your diagonal scores, you're gonna valley fold, flatten it back out, valley fold, flatten it back out. It'll kind of be popping up, fold that in, and then push down. So that's the folding of our twist and pop insert. Now I'm gonna set this aside for a minute. We are gonna attach our twist and pop insert to our steno card. So our steno card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 scored up here along the 4 1/4 way. So it just makes like one of those little steno books. Now, besides our twist and pop kit, which I said included these items, you can get them separate. So you can get your steno cards separate, you can get your little mini accordion separate, and you can get your twist and pop insert separate. The other thing that we have is we have a 4-panel oval accordion card, which can be inside this twist and pop. We don't have it as a kit, we just have it sold separately so far. So anyways, going back to our steno card, we need to attach our twist and pop insert inside. So what I normally do is I put adhesive on one side of my twist and pop card, and I do go around, all the way around. When I'm attaching it, I attach it with a small border. So it's hard for me to see over what I'm doing, but there's a small border all the way around it. So I'm attaching my twist and pop insert. You can see a small border all the way around. Then I fold it flat. Then again, I put adhesive on my twist and pop insert. Now, you're probably saying, well, you can just fold it now. Well, you could, but sometimes when you're folding it, it goes a little wonky and it doesn't go on straight. So what I prefer to do is take it and just look at it again from the bottom and line it up so you have an equal border. So again, put tape all the way around your twist and pop, and don't fold it down like that. Instead, you want to take the twist and pop insert to the card and make sure you have an equal border. So now we have the inside mechanism for our twist and pop. Now we need to attach our accordion. You're going to fold it, and I have the bump side down, and this should be the side that you wrote on already. So you wrote on the bump side, and I'm going to fold it like a W. So we start out with a valley, a mountain, and a valley. So there is our W, our twist and pop. And again, mine is orange, yours is brown, and you can see the little bit of writing through mine, but you won't see that on yours because you're using the hot fudge. So now, in order to attach it, now you can just watch for a minute because I'm gonna talk first and then we'll go ahead and do it. Now, if you still have your pen out, go ahead on your twist and pop insert and don't draw the score. I'm just showing you the score. So we have our score right there, score right here, and put a little X right here and another little X right there. That's where our adhesive is going to go. Now let me bring my other diagram back here. So remember, our adhesive is going right here. You only want to put adhesive for about an inch. And on one side it's above the score and on one side it's below the score. Now it doesn't matter. It could be above the score over here and below the score over here. It doesn't matter which way you do it. It's just on one side it has to be below and on one side it needs to be above. And you don't need to put your adhesive there yet. Just put a little X. That's how you'll know where your adhesive is going to go. And then again, I'm still just talking about it. So when we attach this, we're going to attach one side to one end, the other side to the other end. When I do, I pull it in a little ways from that drawing line, just because sometimes if you have it too close over here, then it'll tend to get stuck on the inside of your card. So you might be saying, how come I can't just put my tape on and attach it flat like that? And you could, but I'm going to show you why you don't want to do that with my other demo one that I've kind of used a couple times. So don't be doing it yet. I'm still just going to show you why you do not want to just set it flat on there. Because if I just set it flat, if you don't have everything perfectly centered, when you go to fold it in, sometimes it gets wonky in there. See how it's not totally flat? Because I didn't have everything lined up. So that's why you don't want to do that. You do not want to just set it down flat like that, because then when you go to fold it, everything isn't nice and flat. Okay, so now we're going to show you the correct way to do it. I'm going to take off my accordion. Now, now you can do it with me. You're going to put tape below the score on one side. And if you want, you can go and put tape above the score on the other, just so it's ready. And I am going to now attach it to one side. Again, you have your drawing there so you know where to attach it. Again, yours is brown, mine is orange, and I'm attaching it a little bit below my line. And I'm going to give it a push to make sure it's attached. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to fold my accordion. Okay, now our other arm needs to attach to this side. Sometimes when we fold this in, our arms will tend to want to go on the same side. And then we would not have our arm attached to the other side of the accordion. They'd both be attached to the same. So sometimes when you're folding this in, you kind of have to make sure this arm goes below so it attaches to the opposite side. So go ahead, and what we did was we attached our arm to one side, we flipped it over, folded our accordion, and now we're folding our card, but we're making sure this arm goes on the opposite side. And now we can just fold our card flat. And then when you open it up, so I'm going to do it again, just so you can see it one more time. I have my accordion folded flat. It's attached to my accordion. And now I'm folding it in, and I'm making sure it falls on the opposite side. So one of my arms is attached to one side, one of my arms is attached to the other. And when I open it up, then I have my twist and pop. All right, so that's the base of our card. Now we can go to, and you guys have brown, so let me go ahead and put my brown on there. Sorry, you're either still working or you're just waiting for me now. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do my brown one. Just so we're looking at, now I'm not gonna draw on this one, but it's a quick review. Fold our accordion like a W. Turn it over. We're attaching one arm to one side and it's about an inch down. Giving it a good little push. Folding our accordion and then folding it in, making sure the arm is attached to the opposite side. Then we have our twist and pop. Okay, so now we have these two layers which are pre-stamped. So one gets attached on the bottom, one gets attached on the top. Just a quick note, this is a very random pattern so it doesn't matter. But say you have trees on here. You don't want to stamp your trees the same direction on both because then when you go to put it on, it'll be upside down on one side. So if you're stamping something that has words or trees or whatever, you need to stamp it the opposite direction. You need to turn your layer. So this is actually our grad cap layer, which also fits in our twist and pop card. I am going to edge or use my blending brush. And when I use my blending brush, I usually use my thumb behind the tip of it. And I just do a circular motion to add color to it, and then circular motion to lay my color down. And I just did that around the edges, just to add a little texture. You don't have to do that, but if you do this, you want to do it before you attach these inside the card, because it'll be very difficult to do this after they're already attached. But again, you don't have to, and if you want to add some rust to it or some cranberry, I'm just doing yellow ochre or butterscotch. Oop, that time I got a little dark, but that's okay. So just around the edges if you're going to do that. If you don't have your blending brushes or you don't feel like doing it during the craft along, you can always do it later on and add this piece later on. It's very easy to just add in. But for demo purposes, I want to show you, you're going to put tape on the back of it. And I'm just going to put tape on the back of both of mine while I'm at it. And then you are going to line it up again around, you're going to have an equal border all the way around. So equal border all the way around on both sides. So it's really easy to get a double layered look right here because you have your card, you have your twist and pop insert, and then you have your layer. So now for attaching things right here, I usually do not pop up while I'm attaching there just because it makes it too bulky. So you have your gold layer and your copper layer, and then you also have your cutouts. So these, you get a sheet of them and you just take, and it's a very easy, you snip them off the sheet. If you want to blending brush them around the outside, you can. Color them. You want to color them before you attach them. So if you pre-colored them, great. If you didn't pre-color them, you can do this later. But you just trim your squares, and you can have whatever distance of the copper you want. Then you're going to attach that to the gold, and then you attach it to your card. And you'll just do a scallop square, a straight square, a scallop square, a straight square. So that's for the inside of your card. Then we need to look at the front of your card. So let's just go to the inside and just look at that really quick. So we have our colored squares, and then I did a little brush blending around them. I attached my cutout squares to my copper and then to my gold. Okay, I did attach some leaves. So we have this die cut. You poke out your leaves, and that's what's attached on the inside. Now you don't want to attach leaves where your twist and pop hits, because it might get stuck on that. So, but now for the front. We have our cutout leaves. Make sure they're all punched out. And then you have a piece of cream cardstock. Now this color right here is brush blended. So again, I'm taking my blending brush, picking up my color, and this is just very random. Does not need to be perfect, because again, you're only going to see a little bit of it with the leaves. So I have my butterscotch, and then I have some rust. And again, does not need to be perfect. Fall leaves are just kind of randomly colored. And then I have some cranberry too. So then we attach that. So it kind of looks like a mess right there, but then when we attach our little die cut over the top of it. So to attach it, I just attach a little bit of tape behind there. And I lay it right over the top. Our layers are as follows. We have our card front, then we have our copper Star Dream, then we have our brushed gold mirror card, then we have our little leaf layer, and then our word layer I did pop up with foam tape. And I can't remember these. Yes, these are pretty much cut to size, so I did pop those up with foam tape. So that is our twist and pop card. Now we are going to move on to our semi-funky fold accordion, which we don't have much time left, but that's okay. We're going to go through folding it, and I'll show you how it gets assembled. So you can pull out your other kit. Where is my other kit? Anyway, pull out your other kit that has all the orange pieces in it. Oh, here it is. And we are going to do the semi-funky fold accordion. So you have the semi-funky fold accordion card, and then you have all the pieces. Here's my little diagram for folding. Now, when this came, your bumps, well, you put your bumps down, but when it came, it was probably already pre-folded like that. When you're folding funky fold accordions, you always want to keep your hands on the outside of the card, only not all the way across. So you never want to fold all the way across, because these scores don't go all the way across. So I'm going to fold just the outsides or just the inside. On this one, your one fold is a mountain, which was probably already done for you. Then we're going to fold back as a valley fold. So we have our mountain fold, our valley fold. Then the next one is a mountain fold. And I'm just kind of creasing them. I'm not folding them all the way. And then the next one is a valley fold. So then if we take that, so we have our mountain, our valley, our mountain, our valley. If we take that and just kind of fold it, that kind of forces this fold right here to be a valley fold. So that is the fold of our semi-funky fold accordion card. I'm also going to show you our regular funky fold accordion card too, but let me first show you the pieces on here. So you have these that are pre-printed on there. It's just a real easy to trim them out. Doesn't have to be perfect. I usually don't trim right on the white line or right on the black line. I leave a little white around it. So you're going to cut those out, color them in. The 3 words, or the Happy Halloween, you can blend brush green. The spider web, you can blend brush purple if you want, and the trick or treat, you can blend brush yellow. For these pieces are zigzags. So they fit right here, but you have 2 extra ones that fit down here. You are going to need to give them a little snip to fit them into those places. And then we have our black glossy that we embossed with an embossing folder layered on our purple. For a couple of them, like your orange squares are all the same size, but I did trim my orange squares that went around my spider web, and I trimmed my orange square that went around my Happy Halloween. I did leave it full size behind the trick or treat. So those are all your pieces for that you can work on. I did pop those 2 up. So now I'm just going to show you, so that one you might not finish in the next like 5 minutes that I have to finish, but I'm going to show you our Funky Fold accordion, which is a little bit different. So the Funky Fold accordion fold is slit all the way across. So in comparison, you have the whole inside of the card on the semi-funky fold accordion. This one, that back panel is cut. So let me just go through the folding of that one. It's similar, but it's always a valley, mountain, valley, mountain. Actually, I need to do it this way for my own personal, but so it's mountain, valley, and then the center is mountain, valley also. The one thing that's important with this one is you always want to just fold your outsides and then your inside. So the middle is going to just kind of be flopping around. Now you don't have this one. I'm just showing you how to do it and the difference between our 2 funky folds. So start with your fingers on the outsides and just fold as a mountain fold. Then walk your fingers to the next one and valley fold. Then walk your fingers down, mountain fold. Then walk your fingers down, valley fold. So we have mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Then on the inside, it's really easy. If this one's a valley, that one's a mountain. If these are mountains, then this one's a valley. And then we just kind of smoosh it all together. And there we have our Funky Fold accordion. So both the semi-funky fold and the funky fold come as pre-cut cards. So let me show you a few samples before I have to leave today. So again, we have our Halloween semi-funky fold accordion. Then we have, well, I have another Halloween one, which you might recognize if you were at our warehouse sale last year. We have a Christmas one with the poinsettias. This is a fall one using Dare to Be Artsy leaves and pattern paper. And we have another fall one, which I was thinking about this one for this craft along, but then I changed my mind. And then we have this really pretty Christmas one with the birch trees and the cardinals and some blingy paper. So there's some different funky fold accordions. And then I do have some twist and pops to show you. So we have a baby twist and pop. And I usually use a background stamp from Impression Obsession to stamp my fronts and usually my insides too. And we have a squirrel one. This is with Dare to Be Artsy things also. And then another Halloween one with some Impression Obsession monsters. And then we have this really blingy Christmas one, which is kind of fun. Now this one does get stuck because I did use foam tape to pop this up right here. So this one does get stuck a little bit. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed making one of our semi-funky fold accordions and our twist cards. Now just a reminder, our show special, use the word funky. With the $50 purchase, you get our 100 layering swatches plus your 2 bonus packs of 1 black, 1 white. With $75, you get all the layering swatches plus $6 off your shipping. So thanks for joining me today and have a great rest of the day. Bye.